After more than 6 decades in the entertainment industry, Pat Boone is still going strong. The legendary singer and actor has a new movie hitting theaters in about a month. It's the follow-up to the highest-grossing faith film of 2014, God's Not Dead, that did over $60 million at the box office. Expectations are high for the sequel, especially with Pat Boone in the cast. We are delighted to welcome the living legend, Pat Boone, to Talk of the Town. So great to see you again. Look at you,
And
Mr.
I've
Hollywood.
gone Hollywood again.
Look at you.
After all these years.
Although you kind of are Mr. Nashville. I think a lot of folks may not remember that you were raised here.
I hope they do remember that I'm a homeboy.
Yeah.
And
David
I grew up
Lipscomb
out on
High
Lone
School.
Oak Road, David Lipscomb High School, and a year of college. Married Red Foley's daughter, Shirley. And I'm definitely a Nashvilleian.
Yeah, it's so great to see you home again.
Good to be here too.
So let's talk about this movie, God Is Not Dead 2. What's the storyline?
Well, it is a representation of something that's happening across the country. A teacher gets into serious trouble because she answers a question innocently about Martin Luther King quoting Jesus. They're studying Martin Luther King in history, and the student asks about that, and she says, yes, he was Reverend Martin Luther King, and he did quote Jesus. Atheistic parents get really hot about it. They want her fired. They don't want Jesus mentioned in school. And because the school tries to defend her, the family hires a high-priced atheistic lawyer, and then he brings in the ACLU, and away we go. It's a whole national brouhaha, and it's quite a story. And what makes it so interesting is things like this are happening now.
Yes. Why did you feel like it was so important for you to play this role?
Well, our liberties are being challenged. Things that we've taken for granted all our lives, freedoms, now they're being challenged because some people are offended, some people don't like them. They want to take from the majority the right to say what we believe because they don't like it. That's not the way it's supposed to work. We're all supposed to be able to speak freely what we believe and not be offended because somebody else believes differently. We've got to get past that where we can all express our faith and our belief the way we want. That's what Thomas Jefferson was talking about when he talked about separation of church and state. Government shall make no law. What part of no don't you understand? Pro or con? No law concerning the establishment of religion, nor restricting the free exercise thereof.
I can tell that's something you really believe in too.
Oh, yes.
Melissa Joan Hart is in this film with you.
She's wonderful too.
And some other stars as well.
Well,
Robin Givens, I know, is in this.
Robin is in it, and
the late Fred Dalton Thomas.
Yes,
Thompson, rather.
Fred
sorry.
Thompson. He was going to play the attorney. It turned out the atheistic attorney, and he'd have been good. But boy, the cast is great. Everything about it, and of course, the Newsboys have a new hit song.
Yeah.
God's Not Dead. He is truly alive.
Yeah. Let's talk about music for you. Are you still recording?
Yes, have a new album, and probably my last. I've advertised it as likely my last. It's called Legacy, and that's something you leave behind for others. Sure. These are all gospel songs I've written. They're out of my own experience, my own worship times, my own relationship with God, and I leave them hoping that some of these songs can be used by others in their worship times, and it's called Legacy. I'm in the Gospel Music Hall of Fame, not the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame, though I had more rock and roll hits than some that are in there. But I don't care about that.
There's still time, right?
No, I don't care about that. But the Gospel Music Hall of Fame, I went in with Amy Grant here in Nashville and the 5 Blind Boys of Alabama.
Yeah.
And that means a whale of a lot more to me than any rock and roll.
At 81, almost 82, what keeps you going? You're still playing tennis. You're still so spry.
And a wife of 62 years.
Good for you.
Well, good genes. I know I inherited health, a healthy body from my parents, but you know, they lived to be 94, 91, weren't even trying. And I am trying.
Good.
I'm working at it. I work out, and I enjoy life, and I'm constantly involved in new things, which is one of the secrets, I think, of longevity.
Yeah, definitely. Well, you look terrific. I wish you many more long, happy years. Thank you so much for being with us today. What a pleasure. All right, you can watch for God's Not Dead 2. It's going to be in theaters April 1st.